Welcome once again to the Ford Football Update. We're here with head coach Bobby Lamb to talk Mercer football. Coach, you missed one Saturday, and it seems like forever since we've had a game. Walk us through the off week, you, the coaching staff, the players, what you did not playing football last Saturday.
Well, Rick, we did something I've never done in my career before. We did not take one look at VMI on the field. And we looked at them in the video room and all that, but when we got on the field to play, we went back to the basics. Blocking, tackling, protecting the ball. It was a great week of technique football, and I think we got better as a football team. And so we really didn't introduce VMI until Sunday. But the off week, we practiced on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, had 3 spirited practices and really got after it. And I'm very pleased with where we are right now.
Coach, when you have an off week and you go with that approach as you're describing, in addition to the physical aspect, does it get you more mentally prepared to not worry about an opponent and concentrate on yourself and then start back on the opponent the next week?
I think so. I think the kids really bought into what we were trying to do, and it went back to the basics of preseason camp. And really, we had like 3 practices of preseason camp, which I really felt helped us at the end of the day. And then Sunday, we turned on the tape and looked at VMI and really introduced VMI on Sunday.
All right, talking about VMI, a couple different angles I want to go at on this, Coach. Let's first stress the success they've had in overtimes. Let's back it up a few weeks. The Citadel defeats Georgia Tech, and VMI defeats the Citadel to win the Silver Shako, of course. But in overtime games, they defeated ETSU earlier in the year, and the past week, a huge overtime win against them.
Yeah, what a game. And, obviously we watch it from a coach's perspective, but what a game, the way it ended. And, they kick a 56-yard field goal to get into overtime, and then they played really well in overtime. But really dangerous VMI team. And I told our coaching staff and I told our players, I've been coaching this league 31 years.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of VMI teams that were good on offense, bad on defense, vice versa. As a whole, offense, defense, special teams, probably the best VMI team I've seen. And Coach Walkenham and his staff deserve a lot of credit.
Let's talk about Mercer getting ready for VMI. What are our priorities?
Well, our priorities is to get some guys well. So Austin Sanders will be back, Tyree Devinson will be back, and those are two huge keys for us. And like I said, when you look at our season, we've turned the ball over way too much. We've generally in the last 3 or 4 years been in the top 3 in turnover margin. Right now, we're dead last in the conference. And just so happens VMI is first. And so we've got to take care of the ball. We really concentrated on that this week and got back to the basics of fundamental football.
Our last home game at 5-Star Stadium before we go back on the road, Military Appreciation Day, weather has cooled off, setting the stage for what should be a great Saturday.
I tell you, it's been a joy to practice in this weather after what we went through there for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I know our players have enjoyed being out there in the mornings and being a lot cooler. Looking for a big crowd again on Military Appreciation Day. Can't say enough about what the military means to us here, especially in Middle Georgia with the Air Force Base there in Warren Robins. And so we're excited to play, and we look forward to it.
Sometimes, Coach, all it takes that first win, 2 or 3 more can follow.
Well, it does, and we've got to have some confidence, and we got to go in. We got to play like our hair's on fire and let it loose. And again, protect the ball, get some takeaways from those guys, and hopefully have a chance to win the game.
All right, thank you, Coach Lamb. That's going to do it for this week's Ford Football Update.